All right, Sungmin, let's start with your second essays, second draft editing. And first off, you have your 4 paragraphs, good and good format. But first off, you do need to indent each paragraph. The first line in each paragraph needs to be indented, and I am doing this by hitting the tab key on the computer. Now we have 4 paragraphs with the first line indented in each one. Alright, now we're going to do some editing, and I'm going to read your sentences, each sentence in your paragraph, and give you suggestions and mark some corrections. So let's begin. Your first sentence, you write, do you know that 80% of Korean students prefer school uniform? Okay, I hope that's true. If you're writing it, it should be true. Next sentence, wearing a school uniform has many benefits. Good. I think having a school uniform is certainly a great idea. Not too bad. School uniform allows students to have bond. Let's use a bond. School uniforms, we should probably use this as plural. School uniforms allow students, let's use students because more than one's going to wear the uniform. School uniforms allow students to have a bond. And I'm going to write something that you can add, a bond with each other. That just describes who the bond is with. So your sentence would read, school uniforms allow students to have a bond with each other. Just sounds much better and flows better. Next sentence. Also, student can have school life safely. Also, a student can have school life safely. Let's reword this. Let's take out safely and put it here and say, also a student can have a safe school life. Sounds just a little better. Alright, very good introduction paragraph. Next paragraph, you write first, student, we need to say a student or the student builds a strong bond by wearing the same school uniform. If you wear your school uniform, you can have many friends. Okay, for example, you can find same school student easily by seeing school uniform. Let's just add this, you can find the same school student easily by seeing the school uniform. So you can go to school happily with, let's write, another student who wears the same school uniform. Next paragraph, you write, secondly, getting a school uniform allows student to have school life safely. Well, this needs to be allows. Let's match our subject and verbs. Getting a school uniform allows a student to have school life safely. Again, we could probably use safe school life if you want to change that like we did up here. Next sentence, if you go to the school trip, you can enjoy school trip safely by wearing a school uniform. Let's say if you go on the school trip, you can enjoy the school trip safely by wearing a school uniform. Next sentence. For example, if you get lost on the trip, Your teacher can find you easily by finding the student who wears school uniform. Let's write the school uniform. Again, this is very good. You're using good examples. You're just missing some articles like the A's and D's in some of these sentences. Next paragraph, your concluding paragraph. You write, in conclusion, having a school uniform is very good idea. Let's write a very good idea because we can build strong bond. Let's write build a strong bond going in the same school and have safe school life by wearing school uniform. Let's put a comma here on your next thought and have safe school life by wearing school uniform. Alright, next sentence. Although wearing a school uniform must have some advantages, but it has more advantage than disadvantage. Alright, right here you start the sentence with although. So if you're going to start the sentence with although, you need to continue your sentence, but you do not need but if you start the sentence with although. You can take out but and continue all this as one sentence, and it should read, although wearing a school uniform must have some advantages, comma, it has more, let's be consistent, advantages than disadvantages. So because you have an S here, we need our consistency, look the same, sound the same. Disadvantages, advantages, and disadvantages in this one sentence. This should all be one sentence. And your last sentence you write, so student had better have a school uniform. You can again need an article, so the student or a student had better have a school uniform. Let's not use had because not everybody may agree. Let's say should. The student should, and take out better, should have a school uniform. Just because should sounds a little better and more professional than had better. So the student should have a school uniform. Alright, that's the editing for your second essay. Hopefully you understand some of my corrections and you will correct your paper for your final draft and continue doing a good job.